We are recording. So today we're going to talk about YouTube. And some of us on this call are older than Google. I know it's shocking for the younger people on the call, but um, my kids now YouTube everything. If they don't know how to do something, they YouTube it. For me, it's not always my first go-to on stuff, but for the younger generation, I know it is. And like fixing my washing machine the other day, I YouTubed it, right? So YouTube is a great way for information to be found. And a lot of our buyers and sellers are looking to YouTube for things to do or places to go in College Station or favorite wineries in Fredericksburg, right? So when we're thinking about YouTube, we want to think about what is our potential client looking for and what are they going to search for. Last year, I made a really quick reel just of Fredericksburg, like 5 favorite things in Fredericksburg, and it was literally just stuff I already had on my camera phone or uh, my phone, and that was one of Leanne's best videos that we posted, and it took basically no time. Well, that same video can then be posted to LinkedIn and to YouTube, and YouTube used to just be like the horizontal videos, and then a few years ago, they launched the shorts, which are basically just like your Instagram Reels, TikToks, Facebook Reels, things like that. Um, and so you don't have to always create new. You can just upcycle that. If you don't have a YouTube channel yet, Ken, I'm not sure that you do.
No,
Think about a title. It doesn't necessarily need to be your name. Shannon, is yours Behind the Gates?
Behind the Gates of Texas Ranches.
Yes. So like that in itself is giving people, to me, in my mind, like a visualization of, hey, I get to go look into people's ranches, right? And like see behind the scenes kind of stuff. Um, which to me is going to increase followers because they're like tied into the story that that's going to tell. The one I created, I tried to make kind of broad to again get followers. I am using the same channel to post our training videos just because I can only have so many things at one time. But I just called it Texas Real Estate Property Tours. A few things you're going to need to create a YouTube channel is this little um, thumbnail. And then you're also going to need a banner. You can do both of those in Canva. And if you need help with that, I'm happy to create that for you. So I've been posting videos here lately and then sharing them out. You can see our training videos aren't getting much traction, but like Todd's ranch listing, because this is connected to Lands of Texas too, has 488 views. Um, even though even though like listings cancel or whatever, you could still leave it out there. The new Ulm Ranch has 460, and that was from last July. And I think I only have like, let's see how many followers I have. I have 25 subscribers, which is pretty low on the totem pole. But the more you use it and the more you post, the more consistent it's going to be. So this is the little banner that you'll need. And again, I'm happy to create those for you guys. Just text me what you need. I thought about doing one as a sample, but everybody's in such a different market and area. It's going to want to be custom for you and what you call it. Think about naming a newspaper or having like a radio talk show for your title. Make it broad because these are searchable words. So if someone's going to search, I want to tour Texas real estate, this page might come up for that. Once you have your videos created through your videographer, or if that's something that Jessica and I are helping you with, and once you have your channel created, you just literally hit the create button. You go to upload video, hit select files. This is one that Leanne just sent me yesterday or the day before. And so you just upload it from your drive. You're going to, again, want to title it something that's searchable. So let's just call this one Texas Hill Country Investment Ranch or something like that. And then on the description, you could really just copy and paste your listing description. And then here on the thumbnail, that's that little banner. So when you share it out, it's going to have that. I've been doing that on our training videos. If any of you guys have been seeing that, I haven't made a thumbnail yet for Leanne's because it'll also just auto populate your videos. On our trainings, they're really kind of ugly because it's really just our Google screen. But this is what that thumbnail looks like. So when you share it out, this is going to be the picture that people see. What I've also noticed is that Facebook doesn't really like YouTube. So to share YouTube videos on Facebook doesn't get you great algorithms and views. So you can just upload your video raw to Facebook, and then you can always put your YouTube link like in the comments, or that's what you text somebody out, or just have it roll organically and leave it on YouTube. You can even do a little study, do a post with the YouTube link, or do a post with just the raw video footage, and you'll see the difference on that. I'm going to exit out of this because I already, I'll do a thumbnail before I do that. And so once you hit post, that makes it live. And then
Can I ask you
anything,
a question right quick?
yeah, of
How
course.
come, what is the restrictions? One says none and one says copyright. Is there a difference there? What does that mean?
Yes. So if you use music that's copyrighted, it's not going to get pushed out. So a lot of times YouTube music is what I call boring, almost like elevator music, because it's non-copyrighted. I pay for an extra subscription in Canva that makes it available for use. So just consider that when you're uploading video. Like, Leanne, the one you sent yesterday should be good to go from the person that created that for you.
Okay,
Like,
awesome.
yeah, you can't have like Leonard Skinner or Aerosmith be on your YouTube videos unless um, you have the rights for that music to play. So you can see like this video I made, which is a slideshow of our team, is unlisted. I don't want other people to see that, but then the other ones are public. You also, when you upload, want to show that it's not for kids. And I don't really know why, but that pushes it out more too. And then they know it's not made for kids. And then when you click next, and right here is when it does the copyright checks, and it's checking the music. Business pages on Facebook are a lot like that too. Or if you have a monetized page, it's going to share any profits you get from the monetization to that creator, which is fair, right? To protect their rights. And then here you're going to want to click public. You can also schedule your YouTubes to post just like you can schedule Facebook posts. And then you hit save. If you have listings in lands of Texas, you definitely want to include the YouTube link on your lands. Do y'all know how to do that? I find lands of Texas input really confusing and very antiquated. Mm. When you think about YouTube, I want you to think about um, what are people going to search for in your area besides listings? And even on your listings, think about putting videos together, again, that aren't just the listing, but to repurpose that content and maybe add some B-roll of downtown Fredericksburg, add a little clip of Kyle Field, Shanna, or something like that to make it local. Well, people are going to search for that area. Do y'all have some ideas y'all want to work on for your area for YouTube?
If if there were my granddaughter and I do a little thing in the morning that she videos, and it has nothing to do with real estate. And I've been wanting to make a little YouTube channel or whatever for that, and then do one for my job here. Is there a way that you could kind of, because I got a feeling that that one might take off for numbers wise more because, uh, well, she's a whole lot prettier than I am. And I think it might just be more popular, but with the wrong people, maybe. But is there a way to play one off of the other one where I could get,
For sure.
uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
right.
So those are probably going to go in the shorts category, which is Instagram Reel, Facebook Reel, where it's the vertical video, just like it's off your phone. You can
Yes.
see the stats here again. Like the Eureka Canyon Ranch is 519 views just by me posting the same reel that I posted to Facebook.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
to me, it's worth slapping it up there just to get your name in front of more people. What I
Right.
would do is call it something like, what's your granddaughter's name?
Well, she says she already names it every morning. It's Avery and Granddad in the morning. So,
Okay, so we could make a cute little graphic that overlays the video and make it really consistent and make it trendy, and I would definitely post it. I think that's great.
I think I have a question that's similar to Kent, and I'm wondering if this is maybe the line of thinking he's wondering is, say like My Everything Real in Fredericksburg podcast, when I'm thinking about doing these, how or do you tie it back to your real estate business? And then, like when I was doing my podcast more, I was like, do I introduce it all the time as, when at some point say, well, I'm in real estate and this is why, is there a connection, or do you just keep that out of it? Do you have your information like on the video? Do you just keep it in the copy of the YouTube? Like maybe that's not what Kent's going for, but it made me think that's where I'm struggling, where I'm like, do I connect it back to my business, or do I just keep it as a local knowledge source?
right. Yeah. I
I think
want to
you
try
can I
and
think
get
you can do
both.
both. Yeah, I think you can definitely do both. What I like is when there's consistency in people, because I'll get down a rabbit hole where I follow somebody on TikTok or Facebook and then I'll go watch a bunch of their videos. And it can be every topic from apples to zebras, but there's that um, connectivity through all of them. So it's like, did you know that Fredericksburg has a new wildlife ranch? Right? And that's kind of your lead in. And then you say something about it and you're like, I'm Leanne Bailey, your local Texas Hill Country real estate professional. And then you go back, right? So you can still have that little commercial in all of them and make it consistent and then end with the same thing. So
Okay.
I'm just pulling this up as references, isn't necessarily for YouTube, but Colton has a new listing that's hitting the market this week. So I made a video for him. But what I've been doing is using similar reels that have, y'all know I like the little smoke at the end, but then it always has y'all's business card and then always has the ending trailer. So to me, you can have a sound bite that always has that same, this is Kent Carrick, your Highland Lake real estate professional, right? You can still leak that in to those same videos, and then you just repurpose that same clip over and over. So depending on what video editor you want to work with, or just send it to me and I'll do it for you. Um, some of these clips can always stay the same and then always have the same ending, but then the meat of the content changes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
I'll
Leanne,
shoot.
I would definitely repurpose that content. Like you can take the sound bites and the video that you have and repurpose it. So I'll just drop like a little clip of a video here, a little clip of a video here, and then this little section can always just be, hi, I'm Leanne Bailey, your local real estate professional. And you'll see a lot of influencers on different platforms do that. And I like it. To me, it's not really a turn off. It's just keeping that consistency in marketing. And they always say the same thing. Do any of y'all follow people like that?
Not crossover, not I.
I'll try to share some examples out.
You're asking the question. I'm like, I'm sure I do. It's just not so in your face. So maybe that's
Yeah.
where, it's kind of subliminal almost, but like, there's people that you follow that are pushing an agenda, but they're also wanting to push information to you. So
Yeah,
but
I don't particularly like when somebody starts with the introduction. I like when the introduction is in the middle because now I'm hooked. If the first thing you say is, "Hi, I'm Leanne Bailey, your Fredericksburg real estate expert," you have like 3 seconds to get the hook. And so the first words out of your mouth need to be something like, "Did you know?" or "Have you heard?" Right? Because now I'm like,
yeah,
well, now I want to figure out what she's going to talk about. So it has to be a hook to start, not an intro.
like in my mind too, like with your intro, and then like you start listening to them, and then you want to be like, well, what makes you the expert? And then they say, well, I'm a, real estate, blah, blah, blah here in Fredericksburg. Then you're like, oh, okay, so you're legit. Like you can talk about it. Like, who are you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the hook is really important. And even just social media in general, we always want to ask questions. And that's what Jessica and I have been chatting about with our brokerage page is while we want to give everybody space to share your listings, that's not necessarily getting the best traction for your sellers, right? Because they're just more stagnant posts, just listed, available, under contract. And you might see us start shifting just a little bit in that, not necessarily taking away from that, but adding other things to it so that we get more engagement because the more engagement, the more followers, the more views, the better stats you can give back to your seller. So, okay, so back over here
Can I
to,
just say one thing real quick? Because I can't stop talking.
yeah,
Well, I was just thinking Sterling wrote that blog about what it's like to live in Fredericksburg. It would be awesome if she made it a video and then that could be
yeah,
the lead. Do you know what it's like to grow up in Fredericksburg? And then she could say what she wrote.
yeah, and it can just be a voiceover too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so she doesn't have to be here to do it. I really like how Caitlin and Krista have been doing like the walking, like where they're in the video, but they're not just the news reporter reporting live from Lake LBJ, where it keeps your interest because they're walking and flowing through the house, and then you can just go back and do a voiceover lately or later. CapCut's really cool. I've been using CapCut lately. They have ways to do like voice enhancement and like isolating your voice. Right now it's super windy outside, so it can help drown out the noise. And I like Canva for some things, but I've been using CapCut a lot. Um, so yeah, if this is something that you want to work on, let me know and we can schedule time to work specifically on your channel. But before you start it, you definitely want to create the thumbnail in Canva. And I wanted to show you, it's actually pretty simple. You can just type in YouTube banner. The banner is what's going to show when you share the links out. And then you could type in YouTube thumbnail. So you just tell it what you want it to do in Canva or what you need, and then it'll create it for you. And then, yeah, anything, and it's already sized for you. There's lots to choose from, lots to think about. Channel banners, what I need. The channel banner is really long and skinny. So like this part right here won't show up. It's just going to be this part. You can see that it's going to be this. So look for a picture that's more horizontal. So like Shannon, if you have a square picture of a horse and then you try to put that in here for a Canva, it's going to like, you're just going to have the body of a horse. So it needs to be either really far away or like this one's more like mountainy, and that's what's going to show up. And then also think about what your about section's going to be. And you can change that too at any time, but make it kind of broad. I wanted to show you guys too, if y'all are on Lands of Texas, you go into your current listings and then you hit edit. And then you go over here to files, videos, tour. And you can again add this at any time and then click link videos. And the only part that you put here is the very end behind the YouTube video. So you can click this on and it'll tell you. So just this highlighted yellow is the YouTube ID, and that's what you put in this box, copy and paste, and then you'll see the video pops up there. When we had that call with Ann from Lanza, Texas, she said a lot of people forget they can do that. And just having that video alone is a really cool way to have your listing stand out. And I can show you what that looks like. If I have your land's profile, the other day I went and kind of enhanced your profile. I'll show you what that looks like. Again, video is just another way to push out. So I added y'all's social media handles. I added your personal website. And then let's click on. And also make sure if Stacy's entering your listings for you, there's so many options of things you can check. Just give the settings a refresher and look them over to make sure that all the boxes you have checked are checked, because Stacy can upload, data entry and things like that, but she has not set foot on the property. So she can't read your mind on what activities are actually available on there. So make sure that you're going in and reviewing them and change up your pictures, do all the things. And then here your land ID map is uploaded. And then here's the property video. So that's just another cool way to add more info. Leanne, do you have all your, is Keith's Road on your lands in Texas?
Yes, ma'am. So I need to go in
Perfect.
and do all this.
Well, I can do it for you today. I can add the, let's see. Also, something I want to talk about too is repetition and postings. Your Facebook business pages are sort of libraries of sorts. They don't always get the highest engagement, but that's where you share to your personal page. Schedule it to where you're sharing your listings like once a week or every other week. Your sellers are looking at your social media. And if you have listings and you're not sharing them on your business page, reconsider that, because your clients are looking at your page. They're seeing, well, how often is Leanne sharing my page? How often, why is she sharing this listing 3 times a month and mine only once, right? So you can go in and just set that up and have them scheduled, and you don't have to think about it. So here on Leanne's, I added,
Hazy Road is not on there.
I added this brochure that we have on your page, the company website, the company Why Choose Legacy YouTube video. And then let's see. Do we have YouTube video, or do we have video footage of your brother's place?
Yes.
Okay, send me that.
So
If it's in your drive, if you have it in your drive, I can make a YouTube video today.
Okay.
Sweet. Well, that's what I have today. Do y'all have any questions on anything? Probably lots of questions, but just lots to think about. So think about what to name your page if you don't already have one. What content you want to share, write down some ideas, or take some of your ideas and type it into Chat GPT. Like for Ashley, it could just be like, what would be some great YouTube video content to focus on real estate in Comal and Blanco County, right? And then it'll literally tell you, and then you can schedule out time to create some of that content and get the B-roll or the stock footage to make those videos. Because again, you can not only post it to YouTube, but you can post it to your stories, you can post it to your reels, you can post it to LinkedIn, post it all over. And that way, that one effort that you put out hits a lot of different check boxes. And then you can also create playlists too. It's like Ranches Across Texas is mine, and then our training videos is the other. if y'all have, like Leanne and Shanna, if y'all have sold properties that you have on YouTube, you could have like sold by Shanna or something like that and have that be another playlist in your YouTube. Okie dokie. Well, y'all text me if y'all have ideas or stuff y'all want to talk about, or if you have old footage that you never put on YouTube, you could still make it a YouTube and again put it under playlist sold by Shanna, sold by LA Bailey, however you want to work that, and put it out there because that shows that pattern of success that you provide for your clients.
I like it.
All right. Well, y'all have a great day, and I will get your Keys Road to YouTube for you today, Leanne, so we can get that rocking and rolling.
Thank you. This was great. Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Lisa.
Well, have a great day. Absolutely. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.